Hey, Forrest here. This is a video part of a series where we're using a resistance band. This is a simple resistance band here. This first series video is just using the band with no anchor point attachment, and I'll go through some of my favorite movements that you can use this for. So the first one, it's going to be a squat, big surprise, but holding the weight, the band, it's going to be holding in front. Try to keep your wrists straight, and you're going to be using the band as resistance. Okay, and with this, the more resistance you'll have, the harder this is, and the way that you get more resistance is by stretching the band out. So by crossing it, it'll make this a little bit harder. You can also choke up on the band, so giving yourself less slack, so there's some more slack here. That's gonna make this a little bit harder. The hardest version of this is to double up on the band. So try to get all four sections about equal resistance or tension, and then you're going to get underneath it and squat here. This is the hardest one, so this will be much heavier. You can find a good position for your knees. Again, from the side here, back straight. And the biggest part with this is keeping your wrists from bending over. So try to keep your wrists straight. Next variation is a press with the band, and you can connect these two. Same idea, you can cross the band, make this a little bit harder, okay? And you can press. You can also turn this into a squat and press, okay? So from the side, squat and press, okay? So if it's got an X or if it's straight, it doesn't matter, but these resistances will change. So you can adjust on those. Next one, same idea, but now we just have one foot in the band, and you've got the band over, the arms here, wrists are straight, and you might want to find a way to make this more challenging. If you do, you could have, again, just one foot, but instead of two sections of band, now I've got four. So I'm doing here. Now with this, to do a press with this, it would be more challenging to do this at the bottom, because it'd be probably too much at the top. So with four bands, you could do a press at the bottom of your lunge, but with one foot under, again, this will be much easier. You could be doing a lunge here and pressing at the top, or even holding the arms overhead and lunging. Okay, so a lot of options here. This would be an overhead lunge, and again, we've got to find the resistance that works. So those are a couple of the quad-based lunge and squat movements. The next one we have is a few different pull-apart versions. So here's no money, like I have no money in my pockets, pulling apart here like this. Again, the more you choke up on this, the harder it will be. More slack, the easier. So you've got to find resistance that works. You can also go overhand, pull apart, like this. Okay, so this is a pull apart. Again, if you have one band, this will be much easier. Okay, shoulders are back, stay nice and tall. You're not arching too much, chest out, pulling apart. So, but depending on how much band you have, the resistance will change. Another one to kind of give you some ideas here at home is you could do a hollow body position and pull apart. So now you're using your core a little bit. You can have your legs all the way out. So it's just an idea that pull apart can be mixed into something else. So if we're using a resistance band and I say pull apart, but I add in something else, like a lunge, pull apart, that's the idea. Okay, so we're pulling them together, pull apart the band, but putting two movements together. All right. We also have an X band side step. So with this one, the band is set up in an X band, right? And we're holding this weight and sidestepping. Okay, you could do multiple steps to the side one way, multiple steps to the side the other. We also have an XL band step, which is the same thing, it's just bigger, meaning extra large. So now the arms are overhead, your body's making a big X, and you're sidestepping one way and the other. Okay, this is a stability movement here. So Again, last movement here is while I have you in this big XL position is the XL squat or overhead squat. So same idea, we're holding that band overhead, but squatting. Okay, so big thing here, you can practice these movements. You know, send me questions if you have them, but play with this and see what works, what doesn't. See you next time. Boom.